Good afternoon and welcome live to Salt Lake City here at the Salt Lake County Ice Sheet ahead of the third of 4 games today in the MWCHL playoff picture. It is the Weber State Wildcats taking on the Montana Tech Orediggers. My name is Ellis Beacom. Alongside me to my right, my wonderful color host in Valentino Pichardo. And we are blessed enough to get to bring you this contest. Again, the third of 4 contests today and a big matchup. You got the big bad Weber State Wildcats taking on the Montana Tech Orediggers, and Weber State, they've been the team to beat all year.
Yep, and Weber State coming into this, I mean, besides that one loss to Cal earlier this season, absolutely unstoppable no matter who they play. Montana Tech on the other side, they've struggled a little bit. They're coming off of a big loss to the University of Providence, 11-2. Weber State, they're coming off a big win in the Wasatch Cup, taking it again this year against Utah State in the final.
Coming in with opposite track records.
Yep.
And you know hockey, that usually means for fireworks. As the record would have it, you'd probably expect the Wildcats to come in and run all over the Orediggers. But we've seen in past years and this year as well, every game is a different story. And you can never count yourselves out or count yourselves up or out until the game is going. And I mean, we saw that earlier this year. Like you said, Weber State, they've only lost 1 game. It was an overtime loss. They haven't had a regulation loss all season long, and it was to Cal Berkeley, who Utah just one night before had just beaten up on.
Exactly.
And, I mean, that shouldn't be a gauge. Oh, well, so Berkeley beats Weber. Surely they're better than Utah, huh? But, I mean, you never know. These hockey games are a case-by-case basis, and we're here for it tonight.
Yep.
Both sides sending out their starting lines, and as they do, we'll get ready for the national anthem momentarily right here on the Utah Hockey Broadcast Network.
Owen Yancey. Ladies and gentlemen, this time, if you'll kindly rise, remove your caps as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Back in, all ready for our opening puck drop from Salt Lake City. This is our second to last game of the day before tonight's main event, as long as you're a Skating Utes fan. Tonight's main event, the Utah Utes against the visiting Providence Pioneers. And we're expecting that contest to be great, just like we're expecting this one to be down to the wire. Weber State on paper, again, as we mentioned, they've been beating teams up all year. And, I mean, it's not hard to find where that production comes from. They got the rookie Makar Kalachkov. He's got 77 points, second in ACHA, not MWCHL, in the ACHA. And when you have a guy who's producing at that level this early on in his career, it's an incredible sign for a bright future. And then you have the veteran leader in Caden Hunter, who's been setting him up all season with 75 points right behind him. That 1-2 punch is what we're looking for all afternoon here upcoming. Opening face-off due up in Salt Lake City in Game 3 of the MWCHL playoffs. Both sides fighting for the title. One in place with a 34-0-1 record. The other one game above 500 at 13-12. Weber wins the opening draw, and they've got the opening possession, sending it down ice behind the nets where Caden Hunter goes to field. He's got it on the near side. Lays it along the boards up to Cooper James. James sends it back down into the corner. Off a stick and up ahead for Kalashkov. He's got a man on his tail, and good defense from Montana Tech to get possession quickly, or stop possession there for the Wildcats. Regained a nice centering pass that's broken up before it could become too dangerous there. Good defense that time by Jack DeLisi. Now the back check for Montana Tech, able to get possession, and they're sending it along the near side. Up ahead through some traffic, off a stick, and down into the corner. Luke Benoit is the one in pursuit. Nice job cycling the puck. A good shot that was off net, but a deflection puts it right on. And just another day at the office for Owen Yancey in nets. Nice move to get some space by Kalashkov. Sends it off to a line mate and across the ice. Now Weber State looking to drive it down ice. That's Jacob Bulick with the puck. Sends it in the center of the ice, and a good pass, just not ready to receive that one. So Weber State gonna have to try and let it develop again. Tossing it around the horn. More good defense from Montana Tech, and a change of possession in the neutral zone as Aiden Ripplinger takes it through center ice. Now on Weber's side, the back check looking to get something going. A threaded pass in a beauty. Tried to find Mater on the inside, but just misses his tape, and we've got our first draw of the game besides our opening faceoff.
Yeah, and as we get started here, just looking at some keys to the game for each of these teams, we know how Weber State plays. They like, just like every team, you want to have possession of the puck. But Weber State, the way that they're able to cycle around to each one of their key players, it's a lot of how these Utah teams play. And especially Weber State, they've been able to do it to every single team that they've played this year. If they want to go undefeated this weekend, that is going to be
a great chance in front. Dangerous, and another dangerous shot. And you're exactly right. It's the little things. I mean, less is more. And I mean, when you look at keys to succeed, I think it starts with possession, shots on nets. It's all, you know, it's not rocket science.
Nope.
This Weber State team's been doing it all year. Nice job circling the net, tries to get a centering pass in front. Matthew Huell wanted to set that one up. One of the leading defensemen in points scored and all the ACHA as well. Just a lot of ways to attack you this Weber State team has. And Montana Tech's going to need to be on their A game defensively, offensively, all across the board if they want to keep pace with an offense this good. Good job on the back check by Montana Tech. Rangers shake on that one. Nice pass in front that gets deflected before he can find the meat of the stick. And that was Alonzo, the intended recipient. A good shot in front, just going for a blocker jab. And now Montana Tech able to gain possession and get a little break they're looking for. That's Aiden Ripplinger sending it ahead for Rangers Shake, who just opts for a quick change of skates. Sends it all the way down. And now back down the other way. Andrew Alonzo with a quick shot deflection out in front. And Montana Tech, again, that back check showing its true nature there. Playing very well, very composed so far. Just a few minutes into this contest. Now the puck on the far side in the corner. Weber looking to get the drive going. Saucer pass through some traffic. Good hand-eye coordination there to bat that one down to himself. And regain possession. That was Janzi Lumen. On that far side corner, both sides fighting for possession. Weber winning that battle so far. Quick shot from the point, easy save in net, or at least he made it look easy. Charlie Lang showing off some composure between the pipes. Loose puck. Back across the neutral zone, and now Simmons takes. Entered the offensive zone with everything but the puck. Had the speed, had the dekes, but forgot the puck, and now Azadi's got it. He's going to send it to Simmons. A quick deflection on a shot off net. Weber just trying to center right now, get these pucks in front of the net. High percentage looks they want to set themselves up with. Haven't seen much offense from Montana Tech, but here might be a good chance. A one-time slap shot from the point, and an easy save in net by Owen Yancey.
An interesting thing to look at as we now enter 5 minutes into this period is both of these teams, despite Montana Tech maybe having not so much of an eye-catching record after the first period, if they leave with a lead, they leave with a win. Montana Tech 9-0 when they finish the first with a lead, 23-0 for the Weber State Wildcats.
Your interesting stat of the day.
Yeah.
So our first scorer could be our most important scorer of the game. We'll have to wait and see. So far, been a pretty physical first period. Both sides struggling to generate offense. That might change right here. A quick shot just off net. Yancey not tested that time. Dangerous part of the ice. Quick shot on net and an easy save, or a save that was made to look easy by Yancey. Sent down into the corner and deflected out of play. Got ourselves our second stoppage with 14:49 to play. Very clean hockey so far. The fact that that's only our second stoppage 5 minutes in, these two teams jawing at each other right now, throwing jabs.
Well, clean hockey isn't what these teams like to play, though. If we look at it, they spend a lot of time in the box. Both of these teams are almost a full period in the box per game. So especially for Montana Tech, if they can avoid being in the box and keeping all their skaters out on the ice, that could really play a key into this game in keeping them with the Wildcats.
And I mean, that's the most difficult part, is keeping pace with a team that has two players who average 2 points a game. Nice save that time by Cooper James to keep it on the offensive side of the zone and avoid the reset, but the reset was inevitable. All the way down it goes, where Owen Yancey is waiting for it in nets. Sends a saucer pass through some traffic in the neutral zone. And now there's three white jerseys there to corral it. Caden Hunter with eyes in the back of his head, finding the open man. Dangerous part of the ice. What a save in net. And a second effort cover-up as well. Coming to play so far today is Charlie Lang in nets.
Yeah, big so far as each of these teams. It's going to be a long weekend if they win, so they want to make sure they're keeping fresh skates out on the ice. Both these teams want a long weekend. They want 3 games in a row, so they're going to be trying to cycle skaters throughout this game, probably more than normal because this is a high-intensity type of matchup.
And again, we already mentioned it. Weber only has one loss this year. It was in overtime, and it was to Cal Berkeley, a team that the Skating Utes had beat the night before. But when you factor in 3 straight days of hockey, 3 straight days with a long game, it starts to make sense where the attrition would start to set in, and that loss, the only thing preventing Weber from a perfect season now. It has been an unbelievable year to be a Wildcats fan. Artukovic keeps that puck in play. And Weber State still on the point of attack, looking for possession, just playing angry so far. Quick shot in the corner, hit the post, and I don't think Lang had any idea where that puck was. Artukovic tries to save it again and keep the drive rolling, but Weber State going to have to get a quick change of skates and reset outside their offensive zone. Some nice stick handling behind the net. Quick pass in front. He fanned on it. Most dangerous chance of the game, and Montana Tech with a break of luck that time. Weber State couldn't connect. And a wide open Corey Mader, who sends a nice centering pass in front. What a save by Lang to keep it scoreless here. And with 12:50 to go in the first, we've got another stoppage. And we had back-to-back super dangerous chances for Weber State, but it looks like we're going to have our first penalty of the game so far, and it is an Ohrdigger checking into the box. I think that is Sawyer Inman on the infraction.
He's actually one of those who doesn't go in the box that often for this Montana Tech team. It's going to be interesting now how
Caden Hunter with a screen shot on net. Not even giving you time to talk, Tino.
I was about to say how this Weber State team attacks this, but they're just going full power, it seems.
So comfortable on this power play. And a good save that time. Said that a lot so far by the man in net, Charlie Lang.
A power play unit, which, I mean, they're not on home ice, but they are in the home state for Weber State, so they're going to feel comfortable 59% when they're home. Probably feels a little bit more like a home game for Weber State, so they'll be confident on this power play.
Quick shot, quick save, and another one, and Lang, like a fine wine, getting better and better as this game goes on.
Yeah, and Montana Tech, they just need to hold firm, hold their line, make sure that they can close down those chances and just avoid any shots that are going to really challenge Lang on this next 2 minutes.
Dangerous sight right in front, and another golden opportunity shut down by the Montana Tech back check. And this penalty kill unit came to play. More importantly, Charlie Lang came to play.
Yes. He's going to be big tonight, especially against that big front three for Weber State.
So now it's Kevin Norwood entering the offensive zone. Has it poked away, but regains possession before he knows it. Across the Utah logo, back the other way for Caden Hunter, who rips a shot. The deflection goes to the Montana Tech Ore Diggers, and they get the clear they're looking for. Just a minute left on this penalty kill. Weber State looking great on the power play. Montana Tech looking even better on the PK. Driving with speed through the heart of the zone. Good chance in front, and it somehow stays out of the net. Perfect positioning by Charlie Lang, extended outside his crease to shut the chance down, and the Montana Tech back check looking good today.
They're holding firm against this powerful Weber State team so far, especially with 30 seconds left on the penalty.
That's Cooper James with the puck, who drops it off. Back to Reed at the point. He sends it across the logo along the blue line. Good chance in front for Alonzo, who hits a little spinorama and puts one on net. Another good save by Lang. Up to the point for Cooper James. James sent it back down into the corner and up to the point again. Another screenshot. Couldn't find its way through. Across for Corey Mater. Mater, and an easy save for Charlie Lang. Back to full strength for Montana Tech, and they survive the opening power play of the game, albeit Weber State's power play unit looks to be functioning at full capacity. I'd say the same thing about the PK unit for Montana Tech.
Yeah, both teams seem to be functioning at pretty good strength. Weber State's doing what I think they would expect to do coming into this game, controlling the puck, putting a lot of shots on net. But for Montana Tech, they're doing about as good as anyone could do against this Weber State team. They're not allowing clear-cut chances when those shots go off. And as long as they do that and they can counter that, get some fast break opportunities, this game's going to be wide open.
Much like it's been early on, anybody's game so far. And it's probably not what you expected coming into this contest. Even if you just take one glance at the record column and you see 34-0-1, you'd go, wow, okay. So I guess it'll be Weber State minus 4.5. But it looks like they are checking into the box for the first time this afternoon. And it looks like Rob Simmons is the first infracted. And I didn't see the hand signal, so just give us a second on the ruling on the ice for that 2-minute minor. So Montana Tech's penalty kill unit been the story of the game so far. They shut down a bevy of chances from Weber State, and now their power play unit has a chance to go and do their guy between the pipes a big favor. Charlie Lang been playing on his head so far, and I'm sure he wouldn't complain if they took the early lead.
Looks like that was for boarding, but like you said, now maybe it's Owen Yancey's turn at seeing some shots if Montana Tech can get this puck outside of their own zone.
Well, I think they got to get it off the skate of Andrew Alonzo first. And the puck does find a break all the way down ice into the offensive zone for Montana Tech, but Weber just doing a great job of shutting down any of these chances. Here's a good chance. Driving through, quick shot that sails high. Not quite on net, but Louis Cesati with a great chance that time. And Montana Tech going to get the reset. Finds a wide open man on the wing. Sends it through center ice. Trailing towards the net. A great shot. Just testing him in nets. And now the deflection in the corner. All the way down it goes. 55 seconds left on the power play for the Ore Diggers.
We were talking a little bit earlier to one of the members of the Weber State organization, and he was just telling us
Jack Delici wide open, but just a little too excited entering the offensive zone. And the offsides call going to bring him just outside that offense.
But as I was saying, he was talking about how in that Cal game, the reason that they feel they lost was small mistakes. Those small things that just went over their head because maybe they had a little bit too much confidence. You can't have that in a tournament like this, where maybe it's a power play. Maybe you're giving the other team a chance to go up a skater. You may have a better roster. You may have better players, but that doesn't matter in games like these because it's hockey. It's anyone's game, any night, and especially giving a Montana Tech team some time with an extra skater, we've seen what they can create.
Dangerous things happen, and you're exactly right. Nothing is guaranteed at any leg of this sport. Even if you have a nearly perfect season, any team could knock you off on any day, and these contests, the most important of the year for every team involved. So if ever a time to play your brand of hockey, now is that time, and I think both sides have been doing that thus far. Checking back onto the ice is Rob Simmons. Full strength for Weber State. They survive the Montana Tech power play and only give up one shot in the process. Great defense from Weber State. Here's a good chance for some offense, and it squeaks through. Now they got a man unattested driving towards the net. He loses the puck at the most dangerous part of the ice, right in front of Yancey. And a bit of a break that time as Janzi Lumen couldn't handle the hot pass. Weber looking to make them capitalize, and that's exactly what they do. What a move out front, making it look easy. Kevin Norwood buries it and gets Weber State in front early. It's a 1-0 game.
What amazing handling there by the entire Weber State side. I mean, they just showed their skill and just put it on display. That was just beautiful stick work there.
It doesn't get much prettier than that,
No,
that's for sure. A
it does
beautiful
not.
drive, everybody looking at the right place, everybody positioned in the right place, and Kevin Norwood just makes Charlie Lang miss for the first time tonight.
And that is not an easy thing to do with how on Lang has been.
When you get a Weber State skater at that part of the ice, you certainly like your chances. They're looking to do it again and double down on that 1-0 lead. Cooper James with the puck, finds a wide open man in front who scores, and right away, Caden Hunter on the backhand. It is a 2-0 game in the blink of an eye. We didn't even have time to catch our breath from that last goal.
And just like that, Weber State, they're showing their danger. I mean, Norwood just scores, and now just like that, sorry, I'm losing track of numbers here. That looks like,
oh, wow, Caden Hunter just with a beauty. A perfect pass set right back to him. And what great playmaking from the Weber State first line. I mean, that is a thing of beauty. And I would say you don't see it every day. But this is the Weber State Wildcats we're talking about. They've got two guys with an average of 2 points per game.
And when you have Caden Hunter, I mean, he's going to do his thing.
And here's Kalachkov getting his name called for the second time tonight. Driving around, good possession, dangerous chance. Out of position is Charlie Lang, and he's able to rekindle back in time. But Kalachkov, I mean, just seems like he's playing on a different speed out there. Making three guys miss right there. A great chance, and Charlie Lang shuts it down. And right now, if you're the back check for Montana Tech, you got to find a way to keep space between Charlie Lang and the attack of Weber State, which has got it all working right now these last 2 minutes. Caden Hunter with the puck, tries to center it through, and a great save by Charlie Lang to keep his team in the game. Nearly their third goal of the last 2 minutes, and this game is flipped on its head in a heartbeat.
I mean, if you're Montana Tech right now, you need to slow the game down. At all possibilities, you just went from possibly just staying in this game, you feel some momentum coming your way, to now Weber State does what they do best and just stomp on that hope. You need to slow the game down, get into the break. You have 6 minutes left. But you know when you see a team that is just feeling it, that's what it looks like from this Weber State side right now. Their passing is on, their shots are all going on target. I feel for Charlie Lang because he's been on point tonight. But when you're going against shooters, all great from Weber State, especially Caden Hunter, Kalachkov, Norwood, all these guys, they're putting these shots on, and it doesn't look like Montana Tech can handle it right now.
Well, I mean, look at those last two goals. You had Kevin Norwood to start the scoring. He gets his 23rd of the season, assisted by, you guessed it, Makar Kalashkov, his 37th And later, his 38th assists of the year. I mean, and that's been Caden Hunter all year, has been their assist man extraordinaire. He also has an assist so far tonight on that first goal towards Kevin Norwood, his 51st assist of the year. I mean, video game numbers for this whole first line for Weber State. They win the draw, and immediate possession, immediate shot. Charlie Lang doing everything in his power to keep Weber State out of the score column for the third time in this first period, approaching 20 shots now in the first period alone.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, that Charlie Lang is just doing everything he can to keep this game close for this Montana Tech side. If you're down 2, that you're still in it. 2-0 lead, we know, we said it multiple times this year, it's a dangerous lead in hockey.
Oh, a great chance for Mater. He takes the shot and nearly buries it top corner. But a little bit of luck that time, keeps it out, keeps it at a 2-0 game. Now it's a race. Trying to battle for the puck, and the pass just misses on his wide open man. That was Jack DeLici, their #1 point scorer this year with 49. That's the chance that Montana's going to want back. And here's a good opportunity entering the zone. Sends it into a group of purple jerseys. Oh, and a big hit on that far corner. Quick save, quick cover up. And no damage inflicted, but my oh my.
It's going to get physical here.
First 10 minutes of this period, dead even. Both sides looked very good defensively. We haven't seen much offense from Montana Tech, not many sustained drives. But we weren't seeing much of that from Weber either. Then they get the monkey off the back with that first goal from Kevin Norwood. They double down with the Caden Hunter goal, and now they're looking for their third of the period here with a face-off coming up on their opposition side of the ice. Nice defense that time to corral the puck and get it out of the zone. All the way down it goes. Easy stop for Yancey, and he's going to cover up. That was Sawyer Inman that time, making a nice couple moves and sending it down on net. 5:40 to go in the first. It is a 2-0 contest. And Weber State looking to extend that lead. Montana Tech looking to get back in the game right here.
Montana Tech, if they can keep possession here, at least get a couple shots off, get some of the back check going.
Oh, a big turnover. Dangerous chance in front. And Weber State, by the hair on their chinny chin, able to keep that one out of harm's way that time. Now all the way back down into the far side corner. Now the near side corner. Racing with speed, Artukovic finds the open man through a bunch of bodies. And now Izadi's got it. Izadi across the ice, past the logo, walking that blue line. Back down behind the net, sent along the boards, and just misses his target, who was Luke Artukovic. So Weber State gonna have to reset. All the way down they go. Quick pass, gets them right back in the action. Schuster right in front. Great save by Charlie Lang, but the deflection is corralled by Weber. They still have possession. Shot taken, and out of play it goes. 4:44 left to play in our first period of action. A 2-0 contest. But man, this Weber State offense is humming right now.
Yeah, and the more chances created on net, I mean, it just shows the skill of this Weber State team. And I don't want to take away from what Montana Tech is doing on being able to hold this Weber State team. But just, you see the way their passing is. And those shots, right? The pressure that they're putting on Charlie Lang, we got to give him some credit, man. He is shutting down these chances that not many people have been able to do.
He is the sole reason Montana Tech is in striking distance right now of getting right back in this game. 2-goal lead, we talk about this often, the worst lead in hockey. Montana Tech looking for some of that magic here, albeit they've got a serious hurdle to overcome, that being the Weber State Wildcats. Good hand-eye to keep that in play by Bulick. Now a nice move by Andrew Alonzo. Alonzo waits for something to open up, gets it off his tape to Reed. Reed to James. James on the near side. Along the boards, back to Reed. Reed, a little spinorama to generate some space, and now down into the near side corner. Tries to wedge it along the boards to the nearest man in Taki, and now a bit of a scrum on the near side.
Just sitting on the puck there for a second.
Killing clock, killing time, and killing the chance. Weber doing everything they can to keep this puck on this side of the ice. That's how you win games.
Yep.
Good defense from Cooper James, but now with some speed entering the neutral zone. More good defense from James. Weber State seeing double right now. Seems like they know right where to be, right at the right time. Doing a lot of things right.
Yeah.
Kolochkov sent that pass into the corner. Now he's corralling it again. Montana Tech able to get to the point of attack. And just so elusive over there on that far side. He could have just a couple inches of space to work with, and he turns it into feet to yards to the length of the ice.
Oh, but eventually a pass happens and it just goes out, right? But you're just seeing it's, and I don't want to give the
big hit and a good one to get him down. But right back up is Kevin Norwood. He's already got a goal this afternoon. And that's what you expect from your captain.
Yeah. But I think even more kind of like what we've seen from the Utes, I mean, it's just the youth on this Weber State team. They have a lot of young guys doing great things, especially when you have a guy like Kolochkov who is in himself a rookie. Can we just remember that he's a rookie
with 77, 78, 79 points now if we're counting today's game.
Man.
A rookie from Moscow. We should have known. We should have known this was going to happen.
Surprised he didn't get called up for what's going on this weekend, the Olympics.
Yeah, seriously.
Those type of numbers.
Oh, what an impressive debut season. And, I mean, we mentioned this in the pregame show. A number 2, I believe, in the ACHA. That's not just the MWCHL. He's the number 1 in MWCHL. I would say by a lot, but Caden Hunter's hot on his heels.
Yep. I mean, you're asking, though, maybe he's going for it in this game. The longer it goes, maybe he's looking at that. Hey, coach, can I get some more minutes on the ice? I want to take that record in the ACHA.
Well, any more points the rest of today would give him his 80th point of the year. And, I mean, it's just uncanny numbers from a rookie. No matter what division, no matter what league you're in, he's seen it like a beach ball all year long, and he's really displayed an impressive skill set in his first season as a ACHA hockey player.
Yeah.
Quick shot that goes wide all the way down for Artukovic. He catches it in the neutral zone. He's going to send it through for Corey Mader. Mader all the way down. Quick stop for Charlie Lang on the cover-up. And I believe we are going to have a face-off on that far side circle. 1:25 left to play in this opening period. Let's give a little synopsis. The start of the period, back and forth hockey. It seemed like Montana Tech was doing a good job, especially defensively, of shutting down these Weber State chances. But as the period entered, the middle goings started progressing more. Weber State gets that first goal from who else but their team captain, Kevin Norwood, getting the job done. Oh, a good chance in front. Just off timing on the one-time effort. And then they double down with the Caden Hunter goal. All of a sudden, it's 2-0. All of a sudden, they've got 22 shots to their opponent's 6 shots. And now, if you're wearing a purple jersey, you're feeling good about your placement going into this second period.
Well, you're already feeling momentum coming off of last weekend, and now you're coming into this, and it just kind of amps that up to a whole nother level. You have this 2-0 early lead, and it just gives you hope for what you can see this weekend from this Weber State side. But, I mean, and they're coming off of an amazing regular season that is beyond what I think anyone expected if you're not in a Weber State locker room. Because, of course, they would see their schedule at the beginning of the year and say, we can beat all these guys.
Mm-hmm. And they did. Yeah. They did do that. So an amazing year to be a Weber State Wildcat. And it seems like every year the MWCHL is just so hard to compete in. Every year there's an outlier team that stands a cut above the rest, and this year that has without a doubt been Weber State. All the way around going top shelf, and he just misses high. 25 seconds left in this first period. Corey Mader's got it. Mader goes down under. Little no-look pass. Tries to get a wraparound. And a good stop by Charlie Lang. Way out of position. And they get their third of the period. It counts, and it extends the lead. Weber State firing on all cylinders right now, a 3-0 contest.
And it just keeps on going. This Weber State side, with 16 seconds left, they say, why not get another one? Let's go up by 3. Let's really go into the locker room with some good momentum. And man, Montana Tech is just slowly fading away on their back check as this game goes on. It seems like they just can't handle what Weber State is throwing
And
out.
I think the biggest thing I've noticed is the pace of play.
Yep.
Weber State just seems like they have that 6th gear that Montana Tech doesn't, and it applies so much pressure. I mean, you got to give your hats off to Charlie Lang in net. He's faced nearly 25 shots in this opening period, and he stopped 22 of them. Yeah. Not a bad day. I mean, that's what some NHL goaltenders get in an entire game. So Charlie Lang being tested to the max right now, and Weber State got all the momentum on their side. They enjoy playing here, and it's translated well. A 3-0 game after our opening period. And I want to ask you, Valentino, what are our biggest takeaways from this opener?
Weber State is a very good hockey team. I don't know if that's something we didn't know coming into this game, but Weber State, like you just said, has kicked it into 6th gear from the start. Whatever momentum they had coming from the Wasatch Cup, they are bringing into this tournament. And I think whether or not it was a lack of preparation to hold out a whole period or not, Montana Tech didn't see it coming. Like, they held off that first period, that first part of that first period, those first 10 minutes. But right after that, it seemed they got too comfortable on their back check. And they were just comfortable. Like, Charlie Lang's our guy. He's having a night so far. Nothing's going to get past him. Well, you have a guy in Kevin Norwood. Something's eventually going to get past Charlie Lang. It did, and then it just came Hunter right after that. And then that third goal by Venchier to seal this one up 3-0.
All it takes is that one, and Weber State got it. They've added 2 more following that goal in the final 25 seconds of period number 1, not to mention in the middle goings, back-to-back goals, bang, bang. It is a 3-0 game. We'll be back in just about 15 minutes for your second period of action in this Game 3 of the 4-game set today for the MWCHL playoffs. We'll be back. Welcome back from the break here ahead of our second period of action. 2 minutes away from us getting back down to it on the ice. 25 shots in that opening period for Weber State. 3 goals in the final 10 minutes of the period. And, you know, we were mentioning this at the early stages. Montana Tech's penalty kill unit doing a great job of letting them keep pace. Let's not forget about Charlie Lang with 22 saves already this afternoon. But too little, too late. Weber State's offense proving to be too potent to hold down for that long. And they get 3 late goals in that first period, and all of a sudden flying high riding into this second period. Weber State wants to secure this game and check the box so they know they will play tomorrow.
Well, the interesting thing is getting a little insight into the Weber State locker room. Their head coach, Kiyoshi Ryunjin, gave them a little bit of a heat talk, if you want to call it that, once they entered the locker room, saying, how are we only up 3-0 against these guys? This is why we're not number 1, referencing the regional rankings. Maybe Weber State thinking that they should be up a little bit more in this game, but I think that's a little bit accredited to the play from Charlie Lang in goal for Montana Tech, who has honestly had to stand on his head to not make this thing a blowout, which I'm sure
100% it's that.
Yeah.
He's the reason that Montana Tech is a thought in this game, that 100%. They are able to come back in this game. 3 goals that's a huge deficit to come back from. But it's not 4, it's not 5. It's been done before. It's been done before here in Salt Lake City. We've seen crazier things, is what I'm trying to say. And, you know, at the end of the day, you have 8 subs on your bench if you're Montana Tech. You're running light. You have 5 guys. Your 5 starters are gassed out there. I mean, you have 8 dudes who can come in and switch out with them on the ice, but you're working your first line as hard as you possibly can. You're trying to get all the juice you can out of the tank. And if you're Montana Tech, I think allowing 25 shots in that opening period and only being down 3-0 is almost a blessing. I mean, think 100%. Of how many chances Charlie Lang has an uncontested man 2 feet away from him, might as well be standing in the crease, and he's able to shut it down. All but 3 chances tonight he has shut down. And if you're Montana Tech, I think it's the same thing that Weber had in that first period. All it takes is 1. You got to get the monkey off your back.
Yep.
And you got to open the scoring, and good things will happen from there. But, man, I don't know if that's possible against this Weber State defense and this Weber State offense, more importantly.
And honestly, for this Montana Tech team, they have to do something that, besides maybe a Utah or a Utah State, many teams haven't been able to possess the puck for very long against this Weber State side. They're going to have to do that if they want a chance. You can't go off of these fast break opportunities. You have to be able to possess the puck for long periods of time against this Weber State side if you want a chance to come back in this game.
That's how you win games.
Yeah.
And, I mean, frankly, they haven't had the puck at all. No. Weber State has been playing keep away the majority of this contest, and we've said this time and time again, you can't score if you don't have the puck. Yep. And I think that's got to be the biggest adjustment for Montana Tech coming into this period, is get the puck, get 5 guys on the puck, and start sequencing, start cycling it around the offensive zone, and good things will happen. Here's a good chance for Weber. Broken up at the last second. Nice back check, and now Montana Tech has the puck driving the other way. That's Cade Holland. Holland rips a shot that goes wide, and Weber all over the rebound. Now they are driving the other way, a 2-on-2, entering the offensive zone, driving to his backhand, back to the forehand, a quick shot, deflects high, and right back to him. Good awareness that time from Caden Hunter to get right back on that puck. And this first line, a potent group, to say the least. I mean, Caden Hunter already with points today. He's got himself a goal. Here's a good chance for Huel, one of their leading point scorers. And screen shot is blocked before it could get it on net. Now all the way down they go. Luke Artukovic is the first on site. And our first stoppage of the second period, 18:35 to play. It will be an icing. Down the other way we go.
Yeah, and more of the same. I'd say Montana Tech having to be good on the back check. And honestly, if they can play these first 5 minutes like they did the first 5 minutes of the last period, I would say that's a win for Montana Tech. But it's on those opportunities, instead of just clearing it out, maybe getting an extra pass in and trying to get skaters ahead to start an offensive-minded attack against Weber State.
Well, you're down 3. So a difficult objective there as is. But all it takes is one, and that's what they got to focus on. Now, you're not going to get all three on one shot. Focus on getting the one, having sustainable offense put together. And Montana Tech is right back in this game. Weber State looking for a quick goal to try and put this one to bed prematurely in the second period. Here they go, driving in the offensive zone. A screen shot is blocked by a boot off the post and out. A nice stop by the back check that time. Charlie Lang nearly tested. Going for a wraparound on that shot was Andrew Alonso, but he loses it last second. Excuse me, that was Corey Mader. Little deflection up to Aiden Thiede, and he can't get a stick on it. Now Verschues finds a man in center ice, and up ahead, Weber State possessing again. Been the story of the game so far. And I mean, that translates across any sport. When you possess the puck, when you possess the ball, you win games. You control the clock. You can play at your own style, your own pace. Good things happen when your time of possession is high. And that's what Weber State's seen in these first two periods. Abercrombie gets that one off his tape quickly. Centering pass, and he just misses on the shot. A one-time effort. Taki Tani put it right there, and Andrew Alonso just couldn't handle it. Centering pass again, another good one. But Montana Tech with 4 black jerseys right where they need to be. Get it out of the zone quickly. Dangerous chance in front. And the back check able to get there in time to shut down the chance. And there's a perfect example of what Valentino was talking about. We've seen a few fast breaks. We've seen a few good chances. We haven't seen sustainability from Montana Tech just yet. And right there, perfect example of it. You got a 2-on-1 entering the offensive zone. Instead of trying to beat the goalie there, maybe try and pass the rock around and eat up some time and wait for something to open up.
Well, then you force Weber State to start settling in on their back check. Then you can start cycling that puck around. You can find the gaps. You can find a shot and create higher percentage opportunities in front of the goal. And that's just something that Weber State does really good at doing, but Montana Tech hasn't been able to solve the equation so far in this game.
And I like what you said, around the goal. High percentage looks. That's exactly what we've seen from Weber State. And they haven't even capitalized on those chances quite yet. They haven't needed those sit-out front goals. But when they do, this lead is going to be a lot more than 3. And they've certainly had their chances right in front of the net a handful of times tonight. Nice move by Rob Simmons to generate some space. He's on the near side. Sends it along for Izadi up to the points, where it bounces through off the stick of Bulick all the way down into the near side corner. He waits for a man to get in pursuit and gets it off his tape quickly. Oh, what a pass to Rob Simmons in transition. Now through the neutral zone, waiting for reinforcements to arrive, and the pass goes awry. Trying to brush him off the puck. Shot goes wide. That was Luke Benoit that time. A dangerous chance put on net. Yancey shuts it down. And now Weber State able to corral the puck. Tipped at center ice, and a nice job by the Montana Tech back check that time, and their best skater checking off the ice.
But you see, it's chances like that where Montana Tech, they get the puck in the neutral zone. They have opportunities to maybe hold it, wait off, get some more skaters forward, and they're just not doing that. They're just throwing it towards goal, praying for a miracle.
Oh, and here's a great chance. What a save by Charlie Lang. Sticks with it the whole time, all reactionary that time. And a quick offsides, I believe an offsides called against Weber State, which if so would be a face-off on that near side circle, and that's exactly what we're gonna have. 14:56 left to play here in our second period of action, just getting things underway here in the second. No goals just yet in period number 2. But a 3-0 lead that Weber State came in with. Certainly looking comfortable with that tune right now. 3 shots in the period. Montana Tech yet to get one on net. Kind of more of the same that we saw at the tail end of that first period.
And that's scary for Montana Tech because I just see, you can almost feel the different moods on each team. Weber State, they want to just finish this and just completely slam the door shut on this game. Montana Tech, it feels like they almost seem like they know that this might be too big of a mountain to climb. And it's really not. 3-0 isn't a huge deficit to be overcome. And I think that it's a messaging on the bench or wherever it may be. Maybe it's a player standing up and getting their guys going, but something needs to change on that Montana Tech sideline.
They need a shot of adrenaline. All it takes is the one. Another great save by Charlie Lang. A little bit off in his positioning, but he's able to get the cover up and a stoppage. 14-10 left to play. And you're exactly right. Montana Tech just needs one thing to get excited about, and it seems like the best route towards getting that is possessing the puck, is keeping it in the offensive zone, waiting for Yancey to make a mistake, waiting for Weber State to make a mistake. But they haven't really gone for those chances so far tonight, or they haven't been able to generate those chances. They've had a few fast breaks where they've had a good shot, and one thing has led to another, and the puck deflects before they get the shot off. But we need to see something sustainable from Montana Tech if they want to get back into this game, because you're right. That is a tall mountain to climb, but mountains are meant to be climbed.
Exactly.
Another stoppage here with 13:49 to play. Same tune if you're just tuning in from that first period of action. Pretty much the same game, a 3-0 tune, just a handful of shots for Weber State to start this second period. And Montana Tech still looking to get the offense going. They've been struggling with sustainability through this first period and a half. Back to Thetty at the point. He's going to take a quick shot off a boot and right back to him. A little bit of luck that time, as Cade Holland certainly had goal number 21 on the mind that time. That'll be Ethan Elam is the one to pursue the puck. Nice job batting him off and getting some space that time. Waiting for something to develop, sent across. Great part of the ice, a quick shot that deflects all the way around. Simon Verschuer was the one who wanted to get that chance started that time. Caught by Charlie Lang and covered up. 13:08 to play here in period number 2. So for this contest, obviously the winner moves on and will play in the winner's bracket tomorrow afternoon. And then later tonight, we've got our main card event, the University of Utah Skating Utes taking on the Providence Pioneers. And
Winner of
fireworks due up. It seems like every time those two play, it's just down to the wire. Anybody could take it.
And winner of that game will play the winner of this game tomorrow, which will be an exciting game no matter who wins.
I was going to say, either way you have it, it certainly looks good for Weber State right now. So if they're to advance tomorrow, Providence or Utah could give them a run for their money on
100%.
any given day. And Montana Tech, you have to love what you see. And I mean, just like I mentioned at the start of this period, only 8 subs on the whole bench. These guys are tired. They're putting it all out there, and they're looking to get the best performance they possibly can. There's a reason they have a 500 record this year. It's because they don't quit. They're going to stay in a game, and they're going to keep peppering away until they can get back in it. And that's exactly what they're looking to do here, albeit Weber State just doing a phenomenal job of playing keep away. Here's Andrew Alonso with some speed, entering the offensive zone, cutting towards the net. A great chance shut down by Charlie Lang. Deflection goes wide. Weber State still putting on the pressure. Looking for their 4th goal of the game. They nearly had it there with their second-year man, Andrew Alonso. Quick shot from the point, and Bulik nearly had his own. Second effort deflects out of play, and with 12:28, another stoppage. The Weber State offense looking like the Weber State offense. And they're looking for their 4th of the game and their 1st of the second.
I mean, you're seeing the individuals of this Weber State team and just the skill that they have, but that's in the transition. Right after that, they continue to cycle it around. They get the puck in a good position. They're able to get a shot on net, possibly get a deflection in front. It just, no matter what way you look at it, this Weber State offense is high-powered and great. But this is exactly what you want to see from Montana Tech, taking time on the puck, getting skaters forward. But you have a Weber State team just like that.
They're not going to make it easy on you, that's for sure. Andrew Alonso with another good chance, takes a good shot as well, but a better save from Charlie Lang. Now Montana Tech looking to get it out of their zone. like a heat-seeking missile. Reed coming up out of nowhere that time to try and push him off the puck. Landon Reed getting his name called a few times tonight already. Nice little tap pass from, you guessed it, Landon Reed, cutting up the other side of the ice. And back to Andrew Alonso. Alonso holds, fires back to Reed. Reed tries to send an ice pass on the other side. And just off a little bit in his targeting. Sent down the boards, stopped by Bulik at the point. He nearly had him a goal a couple minutes ago. Driving towards the center of the ice and sent back into that far side corner. Now back behind the nets. And Montana Tech gets the break they're looking for before Weber is right there to corral it back up. Quick shot, quick save, and just over 11 to play in the second. Weber all the way up to 36 shots now. If you're Charlie Lang, congratulations, you are a beast. And if you're Owen Yancey, you have to be happy with life right now. Just 8 shots through these first 2 periods. Hasn't had the biggest of tests. And let me assure you, when that test does come, he will be ready in Weber's net. All the way back down on the far side corner are Tukovic Fields. And he's waiting for something to pop loose. A teammate takes it right from him. And still in that corner. Great shot, great one-time effort. And what a pass. Rob Simmons tried to put one in the back of the net and nearly did that time. Would have been a thing of beauty. Another good shot, another good chance in front, and Montana Tech gets it out of harm's way. Great save by Charlie Lang. And in just 30 seconds there, how many shots was that? 3, 4 shots? I mean, my goodness.
I mean, he's at least up to 40, 42 shots on him so far this game.
And he saved 39 of them.
It's very impressive the more you look at it. If there's anything that this Montana Tech team can rally around, it has to be their guy in net right
100%. 100%. And I mean, you know, obviously the performance so far from Montana Tech on both sides of the puck has left a little to be desired. There was a good chance in front, but the Weber State back check there to shut it down. The one area that you can tell there is just, he's putting everything out there, is the goaltender game. Charlie Lang playing a great game in net, and he doesn't want to give up that easy. What a move by Kalachkov. Takes a stick with him and nearly had one of the nicest goals of the year. That would have been his 42nd goal of the season.
He's going for
Russian rookie. I mean, my goodness, another nasty move. Just playing at a different pace. Sets it up, top shelf, and the shot just goes wide. Back down into the corner. Still possessing is Kalachkov, or now Kalachkov gets to it. On the near side, circling, waiting, generating space. Coming to the middle and right by Utah's logo, just ducking and dodging and weaving with that puck.
Almost like they're playing with the defenders at this point right now, Weber State. My mom taught me not to play with my food, but she didn't tell me not to play with the defenders.
No, she did not, and she clearly did not tell that to Kalachkov either. Great chance in front, great save by Charlie Lang. Said that a whole lot tonight. Good chance and sent to the wide open part of the ice. They had him beat that time. Fortunately, Montana Tech's back check able to shut that one down. Wide open, waiting patiently on the other side. Still with the puck, still with possession, and finally a clear for Montana Tech. And a breath of fresh air. If you're an ore digger, you got a chance to maybe get some fresh skates on the ice. A big boot that time. Saves what would have been a dangerous chance. And now Montana Tech gets a chance. Oh, what a nasty pass. Backhanded and off the side of the net. Nearly buried it without even looking. Oh, my goodness.
Now that would have got their bench going.
Good defense to shut down that chance. But the offsides is called. Corey Mader not making it easy on him. He had an uncontested lane towards Charlie Lang if he was able to corral that puck. But fortunately, for Montana Tech, some good defense that time, shuts the chance down before it could develop.
I mean, so far, Montana's Tech best chances when their player wasn't even looking where the puck was. And that's not saying anything bad about Montana Tech, because that was a beautiful shot on net, but
it sure was. And I think it was almost unintentional. I think it was a pass. He was trying to find somebody, and it hit the blocker. And, I mean, that was inches away from silently beating Owen Yancey to his blocker side. I mean, all it takes is one chance like that, and this game is completely different. We're right back to a 2-goal deficit if Montana Tech is able to score next. And if Weber scores next, it's not looking good for the Ore Diggers.
It's a 3-0 lead right now for Weber State, but that next goal is going to...
It's crucial.
If Weber State gets it, I'm not saying that a game's over. We don't say that. We don't want to jinx any team, but it's as close as it can get with a period and a half left. If Montana State gets it, this game is brand new.
Verschure waiting for something to develop, sends it across for Andrew Alonzo. Alonzo down into the corner. And now Weber State doing what Weber State does, possessing the puck, cycling it around, waiting for something to pop loose. Takitani with the puck. He's going to send it back to the point for Bulik. Bulik with a ripper of a shot. Covered up and saved by Charlie Lang. 6:44 to play. And our second period of action, still nothing to show just yet for Montana Tech in the score column. Only a couple shots in this period as well. And Weber State has certainly put it all out there so far this afternoon.
I think it's the amount of shots you're getting off from Weber State is great. The only frustration, I believe, that Coach Ryujin may have is the quality of the shots you're putting on net. It's great to have as many shots on net as you want, but how many of these are high percentage shots? Yeah.
Weber State has certainly had their tally of high percentage looks, and I think it's because they're driving to the net so well. I mean, the second there's a shot on, they've got two other skaters right there to take the rebound and take it the other way.
Wasn't maybe for a skate in the way or just a happening of where the puck's bouncing. This game is a completely different scoreline for Weber State. We're talking maybe 2-3 more goals just so far in this period.
And I think with 36 plus shots on net and 3 goals to show for it, I think they're probably expecting more from themselves here, even in a contest against Montana Tech, who's a very capable team, above 500 in the regular season in 25 contests, a 13-12 record. But I mean, Weber State, they've been the team to beat all season long. We opened the broadcast mentioning that, and they're proving it here today, even if it is, by their standards, a close game. And I mean, I think that says a lot when your coach is willing to call you out and say, this is the reason we're second in the region, despite the fact that we are 34-0-1.
Yes. And it says a lot when you can say that and you have the lead in a game.
Oh, a great chance, and there it is, the 4th of the game, and a 4-0 contest. That's the goal they've been looking for, and finally it cracks through in the late stages of this second period. And for Weber State, it is Louis Peliquin getting his first goal of the season.
Wow.
Not your expected suitor, but they'll take that every day of the week. And 4-0, the lead swells, and the going gets rougher for the Ore Diggers.
And just more and more players on this Weber State side who have a goal. That's, I mean, almost their entire roster. Once you get to maybe the goaltenders, you might have some different stories, but all their skaters almost have a goal this season. That's a great area for success.
You're exactly right. Only a couple players still left in search of that first goal. So congrats to Louis Peliquin for making it a 4-0 game. And him, along with every other Wildcat on the ice, looking to shut this one down and call it wraps, go into tomorrow with full energy and full confidence.
I mean, with 25 minutes left in this game,
by no means over. Yeah, we cannot be
over,
that.
But it's as if we're looking at the percentage of who's going to win this game.
It's
right
99 to 1 right now.
It's 99 to 1, but that one is still a very loud one if you're a Montana Tech fan.
So you're telling me there's a chance. Oh, and now Weber's got exactly what they want. A 3-on-1 entering the offensive zone. Kolochkov beats him to the nets, and the second effort is there. They bury it. Kolochkov's got 3 points today. He beat him on the shot, and on the second effort, I believe it was Kevin Norwood who puts it for his second goal of the game. And man, oh man, this Weber State offense doing exactly what they did in the last period. Took half the period to get it going, to start getting a really good chance. They get the one, and then they get another, and I'm sure they're looking for their third of the period right here.
If that assist goes to Kolochkov, that's 80 points now this season. We've had a chance to see him play a couple times this year. There
Oh
it
man,
is.
what a move by Caden Hunter. Quick shot, save made by Charlie Lang. But the rebound taken in by Weber. Looks like a delayed penalty called. And Weber State might have a chance for a power play here following the next touch from a Montana Tech Ordigger.
Can I just say the speed there by Owen Yancey to get off was very impressive.
They got all day down there. 4:15 left to play in the period. Weber looking for a goal before the power play is even put into effect.
If you're Montana Tech, I don't get a stick on this puck. Take the man down.
Easier said than done. If you're the referee in the corner, your arm's got to be losing feeling right about now. It's been up for a while. 3:55 to play now. And Weber State just putting on a clinic of possession. All the way down it's going to go. And Weber's got all the time in the world here. An empty net in front of them. With an extra skater on the ice, and exactly
and
like
another
you said.
penalty. We're going to have another delayed penalty here.
So it might be a 5-on-3 through the remainder of this period.
Goodness.
3:30 left to play.
With how long they're being able to possess this puck, we could go into the end of this period.
My goodness, just a different pace of play. Fetty gets it off his stick. Kolochkov's got it. He sends it through center ice, and finally Montana Tech's able to get possession. And it looks like they might have a double minor coming up. 1-man, 2-man going to the box. You're exactly right. That second infraction might have been interference over on Caden Hunter on the far side. Either way, Weber State flying high. They now have a 5-on-3, and they have somehow managed to get the best skater on Montana Tech's units in the penalty box. Jack Talici checks out.
Oh, man.
And the going gets rough for the Ordiggers.
Goes from bad to worse if you're a Montana Tech player over there. I mean, you're already short on players, only 8 men on the bench. It's just not looking good right now if you're an Ordigger.
Chance in front, and there it is. How about it? Cooper James to Andrew Alonzo, and the scoring party continues. How many seconds does that take? 6 seconds for them to capitalize on the double minor. And it is a 5-on-4 now for the next minute and 54.
Within seconds, within what, 3 minutes, they've doubled their scoring total from that first period. It's extremely impressive what this Weber State team can do when they're on, but you can't help them out if you're Montana Tech. I mean, you give them a 5-on-3 opportunity, they're going to take advantage of that.
And they're proving right now why Weber State, every opponent that has played Weber State all season long has had a giant red circle around their name in the schedule. It's because of quick strike ability like that. Just like you said, 3 goals in 3 minutes. I mean, does it get any better than that?
No.
An offense capable of putting taking a game that looks like an assured loss and making it a win, and also an offense that's capable of putting a game to bed with 20 minutes to play.
Mm-hmm.
Up by the logo, Cooper James waits. Deflection shot that goes wide. 2:30 left to play in our second period of action. 1:10 left on the power play. Another shot taken by James. And Alonzo's going to get there in time to get the rebound himself. Letting it develop. Corey Mader's got it at the point. Right by the logo. Now it's back to Mader again from the point. Quick shot. Deflection goes to, you guessed it, Weber State. Good job possessing. And a nice poke that time by Montana Tech.
Yeah,
now they're on the back check. driving towards the net. Quick shot, save made by Yancey. And the rebound still bouncing around in front. A couple of white jerseys looking to keep it away from the Ore Diggers. All over the ice that time is Verschuur driving towards the net. Quick shot, and he scores. It's their 4th goal of the period and their 4th goal in the last 5 minutes. Oh my goodness, this offense just does not slow down, and I believe that's a Kevin Norwood hat trick.
Oh my goodness.
This team captain showing why he's got that captain patch.
But man, what a game from Weber State. I mean, like you were just saying, it's showing why they believe they could be #1 in this region. 7 goals in 2 periods against a team that it's not like this is a bad team. We've said it multiple times. They are above 500. They've been able to win this season, but Weber State again and again proving why they are one of the best that the Mountain West has to offer.
And I think attrition starts to set in this stage of the game. I mean, we've already mentioned a couple times, only 8 subs on the bench for Montana Tech. And when you're asking this much from your skaters, by the end of the second, start of the third, it's hard to keep pace with a team as deep as Weber State. Final 50 seconds of our second period from Salt Lake City. It is a 7-0 game. It was a 3-0 game about 7 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Another shot in front, deflection. Goes to Weber, and they bury it again. Their 5th goal of the period. And my goodness, the floodgates have opened. I think they want a double-digit win tonight.
Yeah, I think coach is now satisfied with the lead. Needless to say, if he's not, then I think someone needs to have a conversation with him to chill out a little bit. But no, I mean, so far, it's just been what Weber State's done all season. Their offense has been unstoppable. 30 seconds left in this period.
Oh, a nice pass. A little bit of luck that time, entering the offensive zone. And Montana Tech with a nice break up that time, shutting the chance down. Abercrombie wants to keep possession on the other side of the ice, and that's exactly what he'll get. A last-second save for Charlie Lang, and with 13.5 to tick. An 8-0 game, 5 goals in this period. My stat sheet is overloaded. And I think Weber State, you're exactly right. If you're coach, you have to really be satisfied with this second period. I mean, it clearly resonated what he said to them at the end of that first. It was already a 3-0 lead at the end of the first. But how about 5 more?
Yeah.
Is that good enough?
Coach, are you satisfied yet? I don't think any coach is satisfied, though, until that final period ends. But he should be as happy as he could possibly be.
Until they're lifting the cup, that's for sure.
They were able to do that last weekend with the Wasatch Cup.
For the second straight year, Weber State's been able to do that, becoming a factory. And, I mean, the longer that they play this consistent level of elite hockey, the more that the rivalry intensifies between them and the host stadium, the University of Utah Skating Utes. Always fireworks, and this period, and this whole game has been fireworks, but just construed to one side. An 8-0 game. Weber State now with 53 shots. If you're Charlie Lang, you never want to give up 8 goals as a goaltender, but you have to understand the context. And in this game, Charlie Lang has done everything he can to keep his game in striking range. I mean, for God's sake, he's got 45 saves, and they're down by 8. So that should put it in perspective just how dominant this Weber offense is. We are through with 2 for myself, Ellis Beacom, and my color man, Valentino Pichardo. We'll see you in about 15 minutes for period number 3 from the Salt Lake County ice sheet. And we're back ahead of period number 3. What was once a 3-0 game after one period, after the better part of 2 periods, became an 8-0 game in the later stages of that last period. Weber State has 53 shots on goal to the opposition's 10. It has been a beatdown of a game, especially in this latter half. I mean, even last period, we were going from talking about 3 goals. We've seen bigger deficits get overcome. Now all of a sudden it's an 8-0 game. And now that 99% tune turns to 99.1 to 0.01%.
Yeah. And I mean, I've seen comebacks, never seen an 8-0 comeback, and especially when you're going into the second period with 8 shots on goal, and you come out of it with 10 shots on goal total. It's like you only created 2 chances really that entire second period, and you allow a truckload of chances against your goaltender. I mean, you gotta feel for Charlie Lang, but you also have to say we might have a goaltender of the tournament already opportunity. I mean, he's allowed 8 goals, but I'm sorry,
but he has 45 saves.
He has 45 saves, so his name is in the running, at least in this so far.
He might not have the greatest goals against average, but he does have 45 saves. Yeah. And you know who doesn't? Owen Yancey. He's got 10 so far. And Owen Yancey might have the shutout that Charlie Lang wishes he had. Yeah. But he doesn't have 53 shots worth of offense to work with. Well, I guess Owen Yancey does. Yeah. But Charlie Lang has not had that. And despite that, he's done everything he can to keep his team right in scoring range in this game until that last period. Those 5 goals, definitely a backbreaker. But if you're Charlie Lang, you cannot hold your head on a performance like this. Your defense has been tired out there running circles on the ice. You've been all over the crease, really all over the ice. His positioning's been perfect tonight. And, I mean, when you're talking attrition, eventually cracks start to form in the armor. And we've seen that a handful of times tonight when we have a Weber State skater on either side of his crease waiting for the loose puck so they can bury it in the back of the net. So in this third and final period, an 8-0 contest coming in, 20 minutes of hockey left to play. Owen Yancey looking for the set shutout. And on the other side, I think Montana Tech looking for something to get excited about as we come to a close in this 2025 campaign.
Well, I think for them it's, how can we end this season? Let's not end it for our seniors on a bad note. Let's get them something to hang their hat on at the end of this year. It's just, doing your best to finish out. You're already shorthanded on the bench, only 8 skaters. We've mentioned that a couple times so far in the broadcast. It's just nice to see when a team can come together and rally around that, like especially when you're down. So I'd hope to see that from Montana Tech coming towards the latter part of this game.
Well, they got 20 minutes left to try and get a couple across in the score column and close out this game on a high note, albeit a terribly tough task of shutting down this Weber State offense, which again has been humming all afternoon. 8 goals to speak of. And surprisingly enough, their leading goal scorer in Makar Kalashkov, he's goalless today in an 8-goal performance from the Wildcats. Montana Tech playing aggressive early, gets it down on the opposite side of the ice, and now Andrew Alonzo's got it. Taking it through center ice, that's Cooper James. James gets it through a couple sticks and has the puck find him right away. Now back down under the net, sent into the corner, and Kalashkov immediately in pursuit of the puck. A nice job bouncing it down around the boards by Luc Benoit. Montana Tech looking for an outlet. And they get it. A nice pass up ahead. Just couldn't find the puck in time. Cade Holland had it right on his tape. A big turnover as the rookie Russian gets it down to Caden Hunter. Hunter takes a shot that's deflected out. And a nice job on the rebound effort by the Montana Tech back check. And I mean, it makes sense when we were talking about way back in that first period. Close game. What a save by Charlie Lang in style for his 46th of the night. But I mean, it makes sense when we were talking in that first period over how well Montana Tech was keeping pace with Weber early on. Fresh skates, You got your full night of rest last night. You had all afternoon to warm up, and you're on your first period. You only have a couple of other shifts who can make their way out there. So then by the end of that first period, after your starting line has had 10-plus minutes on the ice, they're tired.
Yep.
It's tough to keep pace with a team that plays as fast as WEBER does, and I think that's a lot of what we saw in that first period, which carried over into the back half of that second period. Same story. The tail end of the period, WEBER just exploded offensively, and I think it was because of the fatigue that sets in from all of the effort you put out there on that first line.
Well, I think you also look at just how much possession, to your point of the speed of this Weber State team, but also the possession they're able to maintain, because that puts a lot on your back check. And the longer your skaters have to be out on that ice, it just starts tiring everyone out. You can't make changes, so your starting line is out there an extra 30 seconds, an extra 15 seconds even, and you just start seeing these tired legs. You start seeing, especially now in this third period, these guys, that they're probably sweating buckets under there more than they normally do. Yeah, so you feel for them because they're given 110% out there, and they're not getting any results from it.
And at the end of the day, hard to hold regrets if you know you put your best foot forward
100%.
and gave it your best effort, which Montana Tech can say they did tonight, so far at least. And albeit the score might not tell you that, but Charlie Lang would.
Yes.
Another bevy of saves right there. That's probably 2 or 3 saves just from positioning alone. Now Montana Tech in the neutral zone looking to get something going, which has been an afterthought in this afternoon's contest. Alonso with a wayward pass that time. And now with a chance entering the offensive zone are the Ore Diggers, waiting for something to open up, and nothing ever does. Just a great job by that Weber State back check. We've been saying it all day long. And back to your point about tired skates, the longer you're out there, the more tired you get. The more fatigued you are, the more likely there is to be a mistake. And we've seen that a handful of times tonight where a line's just chugging, looking to eat up as much time as possible, looking to play keep away. And eventually Weber State able to find the crack in the armor and put one on the board. They did that 5 times in the last period and 3 times in the first. So now I think Montana Tech would probably feel good about this contest if they're able to keep Weber off the scoreboard in this third and final period.
Yeah. And I'd say to even better that point, you look at
right in front, and they bury it 5-hole style. Why don't you? I believe that was Andrew Alonso. And it is a 9-0 contest, so disregard what I just said 2 seconds ago.
And man, that's 2 now for Alonso. We got 2 guys who are on the hunt for a hat trick between him and Kevin Norwood. I mean, everyone on this Weber State team seeming to want to get involved in a goal. And 16 minutes left. I mean, there's a chance this one gets to 10, 11, or even 12 goals with how this game's gone so far. But they've come in bunches, as we've seen in this game, so look for some pressure from this Weber State side.
Well, nice job defensively on the offensive side of the ice that time. But too little, too late. Weber State immediately able to regain possession and drive it down ice. The back check for Montana Tech, trying to stand on its head right here. A tall task of keeping them off the board with over 15:50 left to play in this third and final period. Inman gets it off his stick and sends it towards center ice for Ethan Elam. Elam ahead of the crowd. A nice move, dangerous part of the ice. And the back check for Weber State, doing Yancey a favor that time, getting all over that rebound effort.
It's the biggest save Yancey's had to make all night.
Rob Simmons through traffic, off the crossbar, and right back to himself. And there's another example of just the pace of play. I mean, you got a 1-on-4. Rob Simmons entering a bevy of traffic, and he's somehow able to duck and dodge it between all those sticks and get a very solid shot off on net, albeit off the post. Weber State an inch away from making it a 10-0 contest right there.
They were, well, like you said, inches away from that, but also you look at how fast they were in transition. That shot goes off.
Well, and I mean, that play right there, getting those rebounds. They didn't even get there for the initial rebound. But the forecheck is so good that they're able to just swipe it away and retain possession, and that's where goals come from, is the long, drawn-out offensive drives where you put 5, 6 shots on Charlie Lang. Then all of a sudden, they're that much closer towards rallying home their 8th, 9th, 10th goals of the game, and that's exactly what we've seen here throughout this afternoon's contest. So we've got a stoppage on an icing call. All the way down it goes. 14:45 left to play in the third period of regulation.
Oh man, what a night for Weber State to maybe give everybody a look at, hey, remember us? We may be number 2 in the rankings. Remember that once we get to regionals later on, we want to be ranked number 1.
Number 2 in the rankings.
Yeah.
And number 2 in the hearts of all MWCHL fans, because Utah exists.
Exactly.
I'm just kidding. Weber State has had a truly amazing year. It has been fun to watch no matter what side you root for. And there's a reason they're 34-0-1, honing in on their 35th win of the season. Mattingly takes a shot. And a nice effort from Charlie Lang there, using every inch of the frame to get on top of that one and get a quick stoppage. 14:24 now left in this third period. 58 shots for Weber State. And, I mean, the way that they're playing here this afternoon, they're on pace for a weekend's worth of shots in one game.
Yeah. And, I mean, you'll start to see the shifts get shorter or fast. Sorry. You'll just start to see a lot more rotation from this Weber State side as they try and keep those skates fresh for a game tomorrow, which it's looking like they're going to be able to cruise to and keep their name in the bucket for champion of the MWCHL.
Well, and they've been the favorite all year long.
100%.
We've been saying that the only team to really give them a run for their money, Utah State and Utah, and they didn't even beat them. The only team they've lost to is Cal State Berkeley. And that was an overtime loss, a 3-2 performance, where we were seeing very similar to what we've seen from Montana Tech today, a tired, worn-out Weber State team that had played a full weekend of hockey with all their starters. And when you get to that stage, it can be so hard to stay energized out there. And we've seen a lot of that from Montana Tech so far this afternoon. Weber State, we haven't seen a wink of that type of performance. Artukovic with the puck. He's going to walk the line, send it down the other side. Near side, driving towards the net. Soft part of the ice, Artukovic wide open. They nearly had their 10th. 59 shots on goal. And unless you're really greedy, that is a very hefty sum.
Just looking at this, hopefully Montana State able to get something going here in the latter part. 13 minutes left in this period. Nothing much, just more of the same from Weber State. It's a good shot.
Mater's been putting them on net all afternoon. Really every line for Weber State has done a great job of producing so far tonight. I mean, easy to say that when you got 9 goals on the score column. That was their 61st shot of the game. Charlie Lang, that's a tough test.
Hats off to you, sir. That's all I can say, is you have been able to limit a lead that could be something just
a scary figure.
Yeah, I can't even imagine how many would go in if it wasn't Charlie Lang in net for Montana Tech right now.
Game would certainly not be where it is, which isn't all that close, 9-0. We've seen better, and we've seen worse.
Yeah.
And Weber State, at the end of the day, they're putting everything out there. They're not making it easy on Montana Tech, which I think Montana Tech would probably prefer. Yeah. Iron sharpens iron.
100%. And we were talking about that a couple weeks ago when it was Utah against Utah Valley here, and it was bit of a similar thing with a blowout, but I mean, if you're that team getting blown out, right? You don't want some, courtesy goals or anything like that given to you. You want the best effort from the team that you're playing against for the entirety of the game, all 60 minutes on the ice. You want 100% of what that team has, and that's what Montana Tech has received today from Weber State.
And it's always nice to win, but you know what's even nicer? Is winning against the best.
Yep.
And for Utah Valley, a great example of that. I mean, so difficult this year to keep pace with the MWCHL, which is a phenomenal division for ACHA hockey. Not their finest year at the office, but lots of building points. I mean, you played Utah twice, 3 times this year. You played Weber State multiple times, Utah State multiple times. Iron sharpens iron. It all comes back to that. And, they might not be iron quite yet, but it's performances like that that teach you the lessons you need to know to become that form. And certainly a tough contest today for Montana Tech, but you have to be happy about the drive that they put in. Left no stones unturned. They put it all out there.
And
oh, wow. That puck landed up in the rafters, never to be seen again, gone forever. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
That is not something you see every day. But as
neither is this game.
No, as you were just saying, this isn't something that we're accustomed to seeing, right? A complete dominating performance by just one side. But going back to what you were saying earlier, the MWCHL, I mean, it has become one of the top premier conferences in the ACHA. And you see that every year by a team last year, Montana State. They dominated, but then they didn't even win the tournament. It was Utah. You look at a team like Weber State this year. They are dominating every team they play against, but they have to watch out for a team like Utah or a Utah State. So, or even a Providence, right? So all these teams, it's no one's out of it in these games. It's not like, oh, well, look at Weber's record. They're going to sweep this weekend. It's a clear, easy one for them. No, they have a hard path ahead of them with the games that they still have to play. And that's why you see so many of the teams in the MWCHL in those region rankings within the top 20.
I mean, and even right there, Oklahoma State, the only team above Weber State. It's been that all season long. And the raw rating, in comparison, those two are neck and neck. I mean, a good performance like this from Weber State, a 10-0 performance, is going to get Weber State where they want on that regional rankings. But again, like you said, it doesn't matter if they can't win the games that matter most. Exactly. And there's another goal. How about it, Kalashkov?
Wow.
And if you thought double digits wasn't enough, I'll do you one better. Let's make it 11. And that's Kalashkov's second goal of the game. And a beauty as the lead extends.
What is that, 81 now on the year? Yep, that's 81. That is 81 points for Kalashkov this season. At what point do we just give this man a trophy, or I don't know what we should give him, but someone has to give him something.
The MUP award, the most unfair player award.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. It's video game numbers. We already said that tonight.
He's a rookie.
He's a rookie. He's got a future brighter than the sun. Yeah. I mean, if you're a Weber State hockey fan, boy, is the program in good hands. You have to be happy about everything you've seen this whole year. 34-0-1, about to be 35-0-1, so long as they manage to avoid the biggest collapse in ACHA hockey history.
I think hockey history at this point.
Maybe just hockey history in general. 11-0 is a serious statement.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, as I mentioned, they've been trailing behind Oklahoma State all season long in the regional rankings. A couple more performances like this, and they might get that #1 seed that they've been looking for all season long.
Well, you're looking at who they could possibly play. I mean, it's our next matchup. Providence or Utah. You're looking at two teams who are ranked pretty high in the regional rankings. We're looking at Providence, who is #4, the University of Utah, who's #6. Both of those opponents would definitely bolster Weber State if they could win that game tomorrow.
I mean, and you look at the top of the regional ranking, and it's from 2 to 6. It's Weber State, Montana State, University of Providence, and Utah State and Utah.
Yeah.
And you think of that, and you're like, oh, well, I mean, surely they're spread amongst multiple divisions, right? No, that is all MWCHL play, and it puts it on a pedestal just how difficult it is to find consistent success in this leg of the ACHA.
100%.
Here's a good chance. Shot on net that deflects high and wide. 8:40 left to play in our third and final period of action. And I think Montana Tech would be very happy to get across just one. Break up the shutout. Get a little momentum on your side. And now the backup goaltender checking into the game for Montana Tech. And I believe that is Joe Rolfson.
Yeah. Looks like it's going to be Carson Burkhart. And, I mean, just give you got to give Charlie Lang his flowers today. He played an absolutely amazing game with everything that was thrown at him. Hopefully Carson Burkhart can finish out this one just like it was taken over by Charlie Lang, and maybe there's a chance that Montana Tech can get one across the line with 8 minutes left in this game.
I think that would feel like a huge win in and of itself. Only 8 minutes left to play, as you just said. And obviously, the task of coming back from 11 to nothing, I mean, nothing's impossible, but it is about one of the most improbable things in sports that I can think of. So for Montana Tech, you have to look at the things you did well today.
100%.
And I think you're exactly right. That starts with Charlie Lang. And you just had to be here to see it. You know, if you look at the stat sheet, you're going to go, oh, man, rough game for Charlie Lang. But it was not, by any means, an impressive performance from the young man. Doing everything he could do to keep his team in it throughout the early stages of this game.
And in his third year, I mean, he's been pretty consistent for them throughout his career. And, I mean, he has a great save percentage, 89%. He doesn't let that much go past him. He's been consistent for them. You hope he can return next year and just give this team something to look forward to as they move on to next season and beyond. For a team that, like you said, iron sharpens iron, they'll look at this performance and there might be some heads hung down, but you're missing some key players that weren't available to make the trip. And, you know, you're shorthanded against a really good Weber State team where and you look at it, maybe that's where they want to be next year. They're like, why not us?
100%. The motivation.
Why not us? Why can't we be a Weber State? Why can't we be a Montana State or someone like that? We can do the exact same thing.
And I mean, think of how big of a teacher it is to have failure. I mean, I don't think it's too much to say that 11 to nothing is a failed game. They did not play the way that they wanted to today. If they did, it'd be a lot closer than 11 to nothing. But think of that motivation, exactly like you just said. It's Weber's in the position we want to be in. What adjustments do we have to make to avoid this from happening again?
Exactly.
I hate this feeling of failure. I want to avoid it again. How can we get there? And I think Montana Tech will probably do a lot of inward and outward looking to get those answers and come back stronger next year.
Yeah. And it takes building a program. I mean, it wasn't always that.
It isn't overnight.
Yeah. I mean, like Utah didn't build a program overnight to the point where all three of their teams are ranked nationally. Weber didn't build this overnight to the point where we're talking about a team in the MWCHL who could make a run, not just in this tournament, not just nationally. In regionals, but in nationals. So it takes a lot to build, and it starts with sometimes a punch in the face and a big loss to a better opponent.
Great save right there to cover up and shut that chance down. And now we approach the winning moments of the game. 5:52 left to play, 11 to nothing. Weber has as many goals as Montana Tech has shots.
Oh my gosh.
That is an impressive day at the office if you're wearing white and purple. So it looks like J.J. Person checking into the box. A 2-minute minor, more than likely. I didn't see the hand signal on the ice, but a power play chance here for Weber State for the next 2 minutes. I believe it's actually Luke Benoit checking into the box.
Man, he likes to be in that box 83 minutes this year. He has done a lot of time.
Their leader in PIMS. Some might call him the enforcer.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Or just undisciplined.
Sure, there will be conversations at some point with coach about the discipline needed in those moments, especially when you're getting double. It looks like it's a double minor.
Fitting that you'd mention the penalty box, because I feel like that is where this game came out of reach. Oh my goodness, what a stop. Second efforts there, but shut down in perfect positioning to keep that puck out of the net. A nice job by Carson Burkhart. Looking very comfortable in the crease, even though he just checked in. And it's actually a double minor for Luke Benoit in the box. So for the next 3 minutes and 28 seconds, Montana Tech's a man down.
That's pretty much the rest of this game. And I mean, you hate to end your season like that, right? You don't want to be out for the last couple minutes, and it just adds salt to the wound of what this game has been for Montana Tech. But like we're saying, young players getting moments, it's a good opportunity for players like Carson Burkhart to see what he can do in these moments.
And I think you could argue the same for Weber State, getting to rest their starters. They get a chance to get some of their depth players some action in the back half of this game in a contest where, I mean, just about everything has went right. Oh, what a pass by Louis Peliquin. And now Azadi's got it behind the nets. Circling, waiting for something to open up, and gets it to Abercrombie. Right back to Azadi. Waiting for something, tries to thread it through. And Weber nearly had their 12th. 2:40 left to play on the power play for Weber State. Aiden Feedy's got it. He's driving towards the net. The big left-hander takes a shot that deflects wide, and Weber's there for the rebound effort. Power play for the next 2.5 minutes, or a little under that. Weber just stacking on the pressure. There it is, and it is their 12th goal of the game. And all this added pressure and a pressure cooker. Eventually the top's going to blow off, and that's what we just saw. Carson Burkhart made about, 7 good saves before he gives up his first. Yeah. And the lead swells to 12-0. An absolute clinic put on by Weber State.
I mean, and another thing, right? Like, you hope as a program, we were just talking about Weber State, you hope as a program you can build these young guys who maybe don't get as much time on the ice and give them some opportunities like they're getting right now. Because if you want to make a long run in nationals, if you want to make a long run in regionals, you want to do something, every single player on your roster has to be able to perform at that high level.
You're only as strong as your weakest link.
Exactly.
And tonight, Weber State's weakest links have been their strength. I mean, my goodness, they only have 2 guys on the whole roster that are yet to score a goal in the 2025-2026 campaign. And they've got time to do it. They've got tomorrow to try and tally that up, and Saturday as well, if they're able to win in tomorrow's contest. And it's certainly, with this performance, it looks like they've got their eyes set on Saturday. Great shot, great save by Carson Burkhart. Tried to get the clear, 1.5 minutes left on the man advantage. Another shot, another save by Burkhart. Thought he covered it up. But Weber State gets the rebound. Tell me if you heard that one before. And now Takitani on the far side getting wedged against the boards. Some good defense from Ethan Elam, but a late whistle here. And we might have another penalty coming against Montana Tech.
It's going to be roughing.
Exactly what is going to happen.
It's like it's going to be roughing.
Sawyer Inman getting rung up that time. 3:31 left to play. 1:21 left on the power play, but that changes likely to 3 minutes and 21 seconds with at least a one-man advantage.
Oh, man, and that's the rest of the game pretty much. I mean, we have 3:31 left in this one. I mean, we've seen what Weber State can do when they have a 3-on-5. They scored within 15 seconds last time, and they almost get another one right off the bat this time.
3+ goals in every period today. 3 in the first, 5 in the second, and 4 here in this third and final period. I mean, tough to keep pace with that.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if I can think of a team off the top of my head that could score 12 goals on Weber State. So good try for Montana Tech. That's the best I can think of. When you have 15+ shots against you, you're asking a lot of your entire team.
And at least you do have that in the mirror. Again, they left nothing in the tank. It's not like Montana Tech has just given up. They're still skating out there. They still got their starters on the ice. They're still doing everything they can to try and crack one across and get something to get excited about. But a very difficult task of doing that against a team this good. And Weber, man, they've had it rolling all season long. Consistency is key, and they've managed to turn out one of their best performances in one of their most important games of the year here tonight. With some speed, driving on the forehand, quick shot. Weber gets the rebound. 2:53 left to play in this final period. 38 seconds left on the 2-man advantage before an Ordigger checks back onto the ice and makes it a 5-on-4. Deflection out front, and Takitani had it right on a silver platter right in front of them. Nearly their 13th goal of the afternoon. Another good chance in front for Rob Simmons there. 15 seconds left on the 2-man advantage. Artukovic sends it through center ice. Alonzo fans on the shot, and Montana Tech gets the clear. And Luc Benoit checks back into the game with 40 seconds left of man advantage now.
And a goal right off that bat. What an amazing pass down the ice. Looks like even Owen Yancey's getting on the score sheet, getting a point there with that pass.
Makes it a good day to be Owen Yancey. A good day to be a part of the Weber State hockey program.
100%.
That goal happened so fast, I didn't even see it. It is a 13-0 game, and officially it is a beatdown.
Yeah, I mean,
it has been for a minute now, but it is really a beatdown now. Going for more there. Mattingly wanted it. 1:50 left to play here in the third and final period. Back to full strength, 5-on-5 hockey for the time being. Good pass out front. Verschurer wanted that one, but is broken up by the back check for Montana Tech. A nice job. Sending it through traffic, and that's Jack DeLisi who sets it off. Quick shot, good save made by Yancey. Montana Tech able to get the rebounds, but now Weber State plays physical, and they brush them right off it. Verschurer's got it. Now back to Thede. Thede, quick shot, and they score. It is a 14-0 contest, 72 seconds left. And, man, the floodgates have been open since the first, but they are, like, cemented open. There is a concrete deadbolt keeping them in place and allowing as much water to come through as possible. These Weber State Wildcats, they look pretty unbeatable, and anytime you can get 75 shots at a night at the office, I mean, it's pretty hard to believe. That is a weekend's worth of shots in one game. It has just been a clinic put on by Weber State. They are eyeing down their 15th goal of the game there.
Weber State now has more goals than
Montana has shots.
Yeah, sorry, I'm like just losing my words looking at our scoreboard right now. It's 15-0.
58 seconds to play. Montana Tech facing the improbable odds of trying to come back in this contest. And for Weber State, a good day at the office.
Listen, I don't mean to laugh to be rude or anything, but just the idea of a 15-goal comeback in 58 seconds. That was, I mean, we were talking about 99% chance of It's 100. I know we're not supposed to say it's 100 until it's 100%.
It certainly looks good.
Yeah, it's.
If you had, or if you wanted to put money on the game, my bet would probably go to WEBER at this stage.
Definitely, yeah. It counts down, and it looks like they're going to get the winner of the next game that we're going to have coming up.
Final 30 seconds of regulation. Weber State all but chalked this one up as a win. They just need the horn to sound one more time. Izadi with a nice stuff along the near side wall. Sent down the other side for Paliquin. Final 5 seconds of regulation. Trickling around down there.
Just clear.
And what a performance for the Weber State Wildcats. A true announcement on the road. Playing like they've never played. I mean, this whole season we've seen this team compete, come back in games, lead the whole game. I mean, this is a cut above the rest with this type of performance. You have 14 goals on 75 shots to the opponent's 13 shots. Just pure domination. You said it best. That is a dominant performance, and it's not every day you see a game like this one.
No, and but before we talk so great about Weber State, which we will because the performance they had was spectacular, let's give credit to Montana Tech. I mean, they came out here, they showed up, got to tip the cap to them. They're short on players. They didn't take that as a, feel bad for me, give us some, no. They came out here, they played some hard-fought hockey. Yes, the scoreline may not be the most pretty when it comes to them, but they're going to have to take some pride from this because they at least showed up and gave 120% on the ice there.
And again, failure, a better teacher than anything else. And I guarantee you every member of this Montana Tech Ordigger team wants no part of feeling this feeling again. And I mean, a very solid season, a 13-12 record coming into this contest. They finish at an even 500 if you count that towards their regular season column. Just not their finest performance here this afternoon. And credit to Charlie Lang, credit to Carson Burkhart. 100%. They did everything they could to keep their team in this game, but inevitably it was David versus Goliath, and only difference being Goliath won this battle.
Yeah, and I mean the Goliath being the Weber State team who's moving on now to play the winner of our next game coming up between Utah and Providence, which is going to be an amazing game, but it's a team like Weber that everyone has to look out for. I mean, you see them on your schedule, and like we've said, that's a big red circle, and now both Utah and Providence will be focusing on the game tonight, but knowing in the back of their heads they want to take on this Weber State side.
That's exactly what they got to do. To be the best, you got to beat the best. Yep. And Weber is certainly that. There's no question about it. A 35-0-1 record now. Just an uncanny season for the Weber State Wildcats. Good sportsmanship down rink side right now between both sides. And I would say a good game. It was a good game. It wasn't a competitive game, but it was a good game. I think Montana Tech learns a ton from a performance like this, and I think Weber State instills all the confidence they need in themselves to know that they can do it. They can go as far as they can go in this tournament, and really they hold their own destiny. What a great performance for the Weber State Wildcats. One of their biggest beatdowns of the year. 14-0, your final score from Salt Lake City tonight. For myself, Fellas Beacom, alongside my wonderful color host and Valentino Pichardo, that's going to be a wrap on Game 3 of the MWCHL playoffs. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in about 30 minutes with your main card event, the M2 Skating Utes taking on the Providence Spartans for the second time this year. Always fireworks due up. We appreciate you tuning in, and we'll see you then.